you can literally change your life. I went through a sort of depressive period when I was in middle school because that's when, you're growing up. You're starting to feel all of the pressures of society and you get scared, you feel envy and anxiety, you doubt yourself and all of that. And how I dealt with it in the beginning was just by taking naps, not the most productive thing I could be doing. But I discovered this book, and that book kind of changed my life. And through that book, I did some research. Because of it, I did some research and I found out about this other thing, and that kind of led me to where I am today and hopefully to where I will be in the future. You might be wondering, what is this thing that could so easily change your life? Like, how could it change your life? Just some video on the internet with some random information. But it's an actual thing, and that thing is something that a lot of people actually attribute their success to, be they relying on the psychological aspect of it or the spiritual aspect of it. I like to go for both because, But this thing is called the law of attraction. Let me kind of lead up to it, Okay, so a lot of people tend to believe that life is set for them, that there's a set destiny, a set path, that things are chosen for us, and we can't, we have no control over our lives, no control over our situations. And that's true to an extent. Sometimes there are exterior things that, extraneous situations that sort of force us into choices, thoughts, behaviors, things like that. But the thing is, you actually have a lot more control over your life than you think, and a lot of this is in part psychology and part spirituality, as I mentioned before. But let's kind of briefly go into both aspects of it. Let's start with the psychological part. So when you're in a good mood, it kind of follows that you're going to partake in behaviors that keep you in the good mood, or you're going to be less likely to have outbursts or make destructive or radical decisions. People make their worst decisions when they're in the worst moods. So if you're in a good mood, you will naturally have a better day, just right off the bat. And there will be things that can get in your way, but if you're feeling what is called high vibrations, then you're gonna kind of just brush it off. It's not gonna bug you. You're gonna be like, it's chill, it's fine, it's okay, And a lot of people think that happiness comes from outside influences, but in reality it comes from yourself. It comes from your inside. Now, I'm not talking about people who are clinically depressed who have to take medication and all of that, because that does have to do more with your hormones and the chemical setup of your brain. But this can at least help them a little bit. It might not be the one and for all final last resort solution, but it is something that can help and can lead you to ultimately bettering yourself so that you might be able to find alternatives that will help you feel at least a little bit better. That's what life's all about. And the spiritual aspect of it is that there are universal laws that govern our lives and our, just the earth, and that's for the most part true. You know, there's the law of gravity, there's laws of physics, you know, I'm not gonna get into them, but this is in a way related to that, in that it's a universal law, and it has, not it can, but it does have a huge impact on everyone's lives. And the thing with the law of attraction is that it is always working, whether or not you are trying to manipulate it, whether or not you are trying to use it to your will. Redundant, but you know, trying to get the point across that you can actually control it, and if you control it, you in turn control your life. Now, the law of attraction in simple terms, in layman's terms, is the concept that like attracts like, and this is the very broad, very simplistic kind of way of viewing it, but it is also the most important thing to know about it, and really all you need to know about it. Obviously, if you want to get better at something, more research can't hurt, it can help, but that is essentially what it is. Like attracts like. And if you're feeling positive, if you are releasing high vibrations, feeling high vibrations, you know, doing things that you love, letting your happiness kind of flow, then good things are going to happen to you, or you're going to at least notice good things more, and in turn notice more opportunities, and that's always a good thing, you know. But on the other hand, on the opposite side of the spectrum, if you are feeling very low, your energy's very low, you're not, you know, not feeling happy at all, you're going to notice more bad things, and you're also going to partake in behaviors that might make things worse. And you'll notice that when you feel good, things seem to get better, and when you feel bad, things seem to get worse. And this is part of the law of attraction. But there actually are things you can do to manipulate the law of attraction so that you can manifest things on a more specific level, and I can get into that in future videos, which I will. But for the time being, I'm going to leave you with what I've given you today. But just know it can change your life by just changing your mindset, changing the way you view things can change your life. It can bring more opportunities into your life, and it can just turn it around completely. And we're going to get into the details, the meat of it, in future videos. But the law of attraction, that is what can change your life. And if you want, feel free to do research on it. I always encourage others to look into things and to educate themselves. You know, it's never bad to educate yourself. So if you're feeling happy, or you want to feel happy, leave a like and share this video if I helped you out even a little bit, or if this video could help anyone out. And I'll be posting more videos in the future about the law of attraction and what you can do with it. You know, the many amazing things that you can do with it. I don't know why I keep looking over here. It's so hard not to. It's just like a habit. And if you want notifications on when I'm going to post, or not when I'm going to post, but when I post, ring that little bell down there, down below. And I want to hear from you guys. Like, how do you want to change your lives? Just leave a comment down below. Okay. Bye.